Videos. Hi you guys. So you guys see my sashes over there in the back. Try to cover that up. Um, oh yeah, hmm, that looks cool beans. Um, I don't want to bring a lot of attention to me because I have I don't know what's going on, y'all. But even my neighbor had to bring that up to me. Like, is somebody following you, Bill? Like, what's going on? I thought it was my ex until, I found out that. Let me see if I can unplug. Well, no, I'm gonna keep it right here. Just keep it just like that. But I thought that was my ex until I found out that the people that were following me were not the same gender, not the same gender, and yeah. Not the same gender, and it was really, really weird. But thankfully for my neighbor, who I usually say is kind of nosy. But I'm grateful that he is, because some of those nosy people, those nosy neighbors that you complain about, those are usually your watchdogs. So let me see if I can turn that back up a little bit. Yes, I'm really grateful that he was there and he picked up on some things that I didn't pick up. Now, last week I was having that issue. Oh, I'm having a pimple. Look, like I've been having breakouts like everywhere. But last week I noticed that I was getting followed, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? Is it about the case that I was dealing with um before? Is it, are they trying to see if I'm really am sick and all this, or something like that? Maybe. But how I was getting like followed, it was really, really weird, y'all. Like like you wouldn't even think of it. You wouldn't think of it as such if you were just an average person and you never knew what how people go about when they go and investigate and things like that. Getting training on that, it showed me a lot of things, because you're going to remember some of the things that you get trained on when you're dealing with things like that, navigating, or you're trying to find out something, and you got trained by the um, a central place. I don't want to have too much because I already get limited anyway. I try not to go too heavy on this platform. I think I'm gonna go ahead and uh, do some videos on Rumble, um, and go about it that way. Um, because I noticed that when I do put up things and it's up important, something that can really, really help you, if it's really strong content, it has a hard way of navigating through this medium. So if I just notice, if I use another medium, maybe that'll be a little bit helpful um, about that. So anywho, I have these on because yeah, I told you what my neighbors said, and like I said, I saw it myself, but like I said, it gave me more confirmation because my neighbor was able to point it out as well. When you're going through like a lot of gaslighting and things like that, it is so hard to get people to believe what you're going through, things like that. It is so tough. Um, so you either have to, for me, I just ended up dealing with it in the spiritual. I still have a father, I still have a God that, he sees everything, he knows everything, and he gets, gets you out of things. So I ask, the Holy Ghost, the Holy Spirit, to guide me and go, navigate, me through this thing, this what I'm going through, and he does that. Um, but yeah, so this is why um have these on. So yeah, I also forgot to tell you guys, this is the 2020th, right, of November. Okay, I have not had my cell phone with the number that ends in 00. This is only phone mainline. Um, I've not had that phone in days, y'all. I know the phone was in the house. Not only that, the spare phone that I did have that was from my old phone, the old iPhone, it's gone out of the house, y'all. My items had been moved. Just ridiculous, ridiculous. I know it's gonna show up all of a sudden, once I leave again, and it's gonna come back. But um, these things are really real. When I say they are really real, they are extremely real. Um, I don't say don't take them seriously, because you should take them seriously. I just I don't take them as serious as far as losing my mind or anything, because I know that God is in control. Just the same way that, things were gone, or, things like that, God can replenish the same thing. My God is stronger than anything that ever comes to me. And if you ever have that in your mind, it really is a mindset. If you do not have fear and you don't have that lingering in you, you just need a mustard seed of faith. He will go and take, see, they slowing down there. He will go and take and make some things new. So that's all you need to do, is just keep focused on him. Um and he'll make things right. You don't have to go in fear. Just do what he told you. If God assigned you to do something, can't no demon in hell stop you at all. At all. Um yeah. Make me think about that song. When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. Yeah, I'm not worried about a thing, 'cause I know you are guiding me. Where you lead me, Lord, I will go. I have no fear, 'cause I know who's in control. Okay, anyhow, who? But I love that song, y'all. I don't know why I was just thinking about that, but um, yeah, I need to stop doing less movement anyway. Um, basic 101. Um, so anyhow, I'm gonna get back to this whole topic of jealousy. I'm not gonna stump back on that and you stay too long, because I don't want to frighten people. And my title was on jealousy, and I was trying to get that out earlier, and it just kept stopping. My device would stop. Things, it would just like boom, 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 boom. Um, but it was something that was very deep that God brought to my recollection um during this whole time. And it was one of the things was I was telling, and I've talked about that before, but I was literally telling the person that was attacking me, like God showed me who was attacking me, like one of the people that was attacking me, and I was literally opening up to them, and I literally had to pray, like, God, please have me to stop even talking to this person. It was so hard, because every time I would cut ties, this person would call back, y'all. Like, this person will make themselves known. This is how if somebody is using witchcraft on you, they will make themselves known. Okay, when you break those ties, they're gonna show up, because they see that energy is gone. Um, and don't be surprised when you see what you see, because listen, he showed me a lot of things. Just, man, it kind of it almost felt like it was gonna take me out. But the good thing is, if God is showing you that, He's letting you know that you're gonna be able to conquer it. He's giving you the warning. He's letting you know what's going on. He knows the ending before you even know the beginning. So don't trip. Every time you think about that and you think about getting frightened, think about how God has already conquered the world. That He's already um crossed over, how He's already won. The victory's already won. We're just walking it out. We're finishing the process. So um yeah, anyhow, I um I ask God, like, please let me stop thinking about this person, take them out of my mind. Anytime they're trying to send anything towards me to make me think about them, let it be repelled. And once I started once I started doing that, I started feeling better. I didn't feel like I was getting drained. I didn't feel like once I thought about something or I wanted to change my mind about something or I wanted to do something, I wasn't losing my train of thought because that was one of the main things I was doing. I was like literally losing my train of thought. Um during that process. Another thing that I was getting when I was getting spiritually attacked by people like that, I was losing things that was given to me, so I learned how to navigate into, you know, get around those things. Um Anyhow, I don't want to get off topic. I want to go back to jealousy, but this is all pertaining to it because when people are jealous, they will try to undermine you. They will try to say bad things about you. They will try to turn other people against you. And if that does not work, they will turn to the arts. Okay. So that's literally what happened to me on a whole different thing, especially if they find out that you are extremely talented, you have gifts, and not just gifts. When I say, oh, you can sing or you can dance, I mean gifts. Like you can change, excuse me, you can change the world. People always look when they say, "Oh, you have gifts and talents." Singing is a talent, but you can have a gift, a gift of connecting to people. One of my strongest gifts is being able to connect to people, even though I don't have to be connected to people every single day. I kind of wish I don't get connected, even though we're all connected in some form or another. But just to be present always in someone's face, that's not going to be me, but I do like the engagement and the connection of people because it's people that changes things. It's the people that changes things, not mechanics and other things. Things that change people. Oh, oh, excuse me. No, it's people that change people. That's the strongest connection. If you want to stop anything from going on, you have to connect to people. If you want a movement to start, you got to connect to people. So once you learn that, you know how essential it is. Um, so let me stop smacking. So what I'm gonna keep bobbing my head and doing that, so at least it looks like I'm like watching it looking. But anyhow, while I was doing while I was talking to God, I had got the revelation. I told you guys earlier in the videos before how God has shown me that the manipulation that I was having against people who was acting like they were really, really for me and they were totally against me. Uh, and that would show up as supporting me in front of everyone, telling me I was great and everything like that, and then behind closed doors, making sure that every single person that was behind there knew that I couldn't get to where I was at without them. Or um I had this happen so many times. I have people that are like this right now in my life, well, around my life. I won't even say in my life because I got that one real quick. I got that one very quickly, and I learned how to navigate from it. The whole goal for this is to navigate from it, to navigate around it, because you're going to have these people in your life regardless. I thought that if I shrunk myself down, I wouldn't have to deal with those type of people attacking me. But it gets even worse if you shrink yourself down. I tried to quench the spirit. I tried to do all of that, and it still happened anyway. So don't worry. Don't worry about it. If God brought you to it, He'll bring you through it. He gave you that anointing. You're going to be able. He's going to show you how to get through it. And like I said before, the pain that he gave, the thorn in my side, the pain in my side, the thorn in my side, when I asked him to take it away and take away the hurt and the pain and the anguish of all that, I did not have that taken away from me. If anything, he let it sit on me. And that's how I knew even more that he wanted me to be a leader, because a leader cannot hide from certain things. A leader, it's bad that things become unfortunate, but to whom much is given, much is required. If somebody robs, a business that you are over, right? Someone robs a business that you are over, and you you were like, oh my goodness, this person robbed me. If you were just it's gonna look bad, it's gonna hurt, but you still have damages after that. You can cry, you can, say that that hurt, but at the end of the day, you still have to fend for yourself. You still have to get things moving. You still have to get things cracking. Versus if you were a worker and somebody, an employer stole your check, and stole all your money, then you would go to the authorities. You would go to that place. Oh, this employee stole my money. You see what I'm saying? So you're not losing. You got that protection as far as, okay, you went to their authorities and these are my authorities, so I went this way and they have to do something about it. Versus if it was you, even though you, like, people are going to say, well, you got the police. Well, even if the police put out the report, I'm going to tell you this. I had this happen recently. Even if the police pulls out the report, make the report, chances are you probably are not going to get the money back. I had this money order for $420 because they wanted, this place wanted me to write a check for $420. I felt like I did not need to write a check for $420 when you could have taken the full amount. That's how I'll say that. I'm not going to go pay piece and piece when I could just knock it out the way. So um I got this money order and someone stole my wallet. And in the wallet, they took everything, social security cards, everything. I could not even go to my second job to go and work. I couldn't do any of that. And it was really, really tough for me. When I say it was really, really tough, it was extremely tough for me. So, uh, I even though they made the police report, I also had an engagement ring that I was supposed to give back that was located in in the thing. And it was so sad. I was so sad because I was on my way to drop it off. I was in a rush. Um and the crazy part about it, they knew who did it. They had the recording of them. They had the recording of the person cashing the money order, all of this. And you know what? I never got that money back. And at the end of the day, I still was responsible for paying that bill. I was still responsible for paying that bill. So, and it hurt even twice as much. I had to learn that lesson of next time if you ever have to go and do a money order, guess what? You're gonna have to fill it out. Fill it out. If someone scratches it out, it's even more illegal, and they're gonna question it. You know. Also, to tear the back off. If they don't have that, if you have that receipt part, then you can definitely track it. But I just got it. I just got it, and they were trying to return it back the same time. Um, yeah, so I learned that very quickly. It's responsibilities and things that you have to do. So when you're dealing with jealousy, you have to learn how to navigate. You have to learn how to deal with people who are like this, because it's not going to change. They're not, chances are they are not going to change, y'all. They are not going to change. Why would they change? They're getting so many benefits as to being crooked. They're getting benefits for being crooked. And if they one thing I noticed is that if a person who is the N word, and I'm not talking about that the 5 letter word or the 6 letter word. I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the one that ends with the N, starts with the N, and ends with the T. Or if they're toxic, because I really don't like that word. But some people are just that. But if they are toxic and they're not, most people who are toxic either don't understand that they're operating out of toxicity, because I used to be like that. I didn't understand that I'm operating out of that, but those people will eventually change and things like that. Or um they are going to um let me go and change some stuff. Or they're gonna stay the way that they are. They're not gonna change because they're getting so many benefits of changing. Um so don't think of it as strange when they if you bring it up to them or they get caught in their lies, that they're going to change it to make it fit them, or they're going to deflect. They're going to say some things and make it sound as if and make it sound as if they've done nothing wrong. If they think that they can do that, they're going to play that card. They're going to play that card. So no matter what you say to them or do, it's better to not even say anything at all. I used to be a person that will be as a matter of fact kind of person. Like, no, this is wrong. I'm telling you this is wrong. And as a matter of fact, this is why it's wrong. And um I learned that the hard way, that it's not, because people who, get pointed out, especially if they're toxic, and they really hate you and they're jealous of you, guess what they're going to do is try to deflect. They're going to try to put the blame back on you. And when they get red-handed caught and they can't turn anywhere and people are seeing it, what they're going to do is try to play the victim. And then after that, then they're going to admit. They're going to finally admit, but you haven't won then. All they're doing is planning a way to get back into your good graces, to attack you even more, to attack you even more. And I had to learn that the hard way. I'm still going through that to this day. And I ask God, please deliver me from that. Okay. And I really do believe, I'm not gonna say I think I know now, because he just dropped that down in my spirit, that he is delivering me and taking me from that. Um, when you do, you have to release. You have to release. And once you release and let go, might be hurtful at the beginning, you will be free. You will be free. Don't tell these people what you're doing with your next time, because that's all they're doing is trying to plan to get into your next season. They're trying to fit themselves into the to your next season, and if they can't fit themselves into your next season, they're gonna try to curse you down. Okay, they listen. These people can go through different lengths. These people go through mighty. People will go through mighty lengths. I've learned that during this experience, especially when you're standing up for right. They will go through many lengths to shut you the heck up and shut you down. Um, And with this person who was, when I was dealing the last issue that I was dealing with, jealousy, this person literally wanted me as if they were guiding me and helping me. And, God just literally just started showing me, like, no, that's not it. That's not it. They just wanted everything that you had, you know. And it had to be by any means necessary, meaning that they had to keep close tabs on, finding out what you're doing, how you doing. They act like they don't want anything, any part of you, but they want to know. Um, and when God like really, really revealed it even more, because I was like, well, maybe I'm tripping. Don't think of it as tripping. Just when I saw it more, it was more helpful, because I was able to drop it and be okay to say I dropped it, because I'm a person that likes to complete things. You want to have a full circle. Well, this is why, and you want to explain. You don't have to explain to these type of people. It is okay to be flaky. And if you haven't seen that video, look at the video that I talked about being flaky. Okay, um, it is okay to do just that. Okay, sometimes it can save your life, because these crooked, demonic entities, I won't even say people, entities, they know exactly what they're doing. They know the games that they're playing. They know the tricks that they got up their sleeves. They know exactly what they are doing. Um, but like I said, when you release and you let go of things and you step away, you let the ball drop, let the ball drop, let the ball drop dead in that court. And then you saying, I'm not playing this game, then it leads them to only two things. Either they're going to walk away and leave you alone, or they're going to show their true colors and they're going to try to stalk you. They're gonna try to send other people to follow you, and that might even when they walk away, best believe some of these people are going to try to send other people. I've had that too. When I close this person off, they would have other people to and come and be next to me or find out what I'm doing and all of that. You're gonna get those. You're gonna get that. You're gonna get those. So excuse me. Be aware of that. Um, Another thing that I dealt with dealing with jealousy, and I did not know that this was real until I caught myself. Okay, it was this lady um, who I went to her class. She teaches a class here in Indiana. She teaches a class in Atlanta, and she teaches one in the UK. So I went and I saw one in Atlanta, and one of her classes, she started talking about how people are jealous of you and how they will react to you once once you get certain accolades and things like that. Once you have a good day, and one of the things that she said during this time was that um okay, Bill, put that on mute. Excuse me, you guys. Okay, so one of the things that she talked about that she stated that would happen or that has happened to her is that when she was getting compliments or attention or she won something and she was around this certain individual, this certain female, that she would just start screaming and crying and saying that she's not worthy, and not saying that the lady is not worthy, she's saying her herself is not worthy, like, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not this, I'm not that. And it was definitely not even a moment for her to start squabbling and crying about that. If anything, if your friend is having something that's going on good with them, you're going to congratulate them no matter what, even if you're going through something. But I noticed when she said that, what came to my head was a couple of instances where quite a bit of people too, including the person that I was one of the main reasons why I'm in this area now, um, as to what happened. And basically, I was at that time, that was like a couple of years ago, 7 years ago, I was in a pageant, not this pageant that I just won. I was in another pageant. And I had just won that pageant, and people were like, "Oh yeah, Belle, she's been doing this for a minute, blah blah blah, boo, boo, boo." And the thing that came out of her mouth, I didn't even pick it up because my whole thing was maybe I need to console her, because she's going through something. But no, that was a spirit of jealousy. And what she did was just cry and say, "Oh well, I can't wonder why my life is not." She kept saying, "Why my life is not picking up and why it's not going right and blah blah this." And I'm like, all I could do was try to console her. I'm like, no, things, they get bad, but they're gonna get better. That's all I kept doing it. But I didn't think about that. Even after the breakup, I didn't think about any of that because it was a catastrophe how everything blew up. But like I said, I didn't think about that until I went to this lady's conference and she talked about it. She talked about it and she put it, and it was just like, boom, God showed me, like, aha. Um, and I was like, you know what? I gotta thank God. Like, everything I thought was bad was actually for my good. Everything that I ever thought was bad was good for me. I really do understand that scripture part that says everything that's done is, for our good. The other thing that I got from that I remembered um about the lady who was talking about how jealousy actually works and how you see it around people is that they don't give you compliments on your accomplishments. They downplay your accomplishments as if you've done nothing. Um, and for me, I'm really prone to that because I've been raised. If I say, okay, I've got all these A's on my report card, I remember I had straight A's, and I was like, yeah, I used to skip. I would get not just to like, oh, because I had somewhere to go. Sometimes I did have places to go, like the mall and stuff, but that's not really nowhere to go. It's just I would skip. I would get so bored. So I would do my homework, I would do my work and be out. I knew how to talk to some of the teachers. They knew that I could do that work. Boom, boom, boom. Or and probably some of them be tired because I'm gonna freaking talk you to death until I can get out of there and go shopping and going to eat. That's my things right there. So I would, get up and go. And um dang, I just got a brain fart. So they would let me do that. So I was really, really really smart. So I was really, after that, when I got my report card, my aunt used to tell us for how many A's we would get, like, I think it was like for a B, she used to give us a C, $1 for a C, um, $2 for a B, and $3 for A. Well, she was like, no more C's because okay, if a C, she started noticing that we could get C's and just didn't care. But I would get like A's and B's, so because it's really easy, I know I'm gonna get more money. So I would just weigh it out, calculate how much I'm gonna get. It's 4 quarters, calculate, that's passive money. I gotta go to school anyway. So when she changed the schedule to like she only did A's and B's were like $3, A's were like $4. So I was like, okay, this time I'm going to get all A's because I want that money. I want that check and I want those coins. Okay. I am a person about the money. So get up. I'm like, okay, go and do my courses. I had this one teacher who she was not playing with me. Like, look, I don't care what everybody else lets you do. You're gonna stay in this class, you're gonna do your work. I don't give a care if you do get an A. I don't give a care if you do turn in A work. You still gotta stay in this class for this amount of time, or else you're going to get a B, a C, a D, and I will flunk you if you don't make them, attendance requirements. I was good on being just not, so I was like, dang. So I would make sure I would miss a lot of other people's classes, but I would not miss her class. Like, and so it took me a lot of courage, a lot of time to go, and I had to calculate how many days I literally had to miss her class because she was not playing with me, and she was gonna turn me in and everything. So I was like, I don't want that kind of smoke. But I ended up getting, A's and everything, and I was so proud of myself because I was like, you know what? I really didn't think that I could sit that long and be that patient. I'm not that type of person. I got to move. So, I don't know. American culture is weird. Like, you got to sit here and be like, anywho, if you move, you got ADHD. Something's wrong with you. Everybody else is not. But anywho, so my uncle, I'm like telling him, my uncle's like, okay, stop bragging, and I was just like, I'm not bragging. I'm telling you something that I'm really happy about. And it made me feel bad. So after that, I just stopped telling people my accomplishments. Not only that, I mean, it would happen time and time and time again. If I was on the basketball team, okay, I made the basketball team. I made the cheerleading team. I was like most athletic in middle school, elementary school, middle school, high school. I kept getting sophomore year. I think I got it. It was junior and senior year. I ended up getting runner up. I kept getting runner up, and that's because I started doing more academics than you know. But I still played a lot of sports, especially my senior year. I went more academics because, hey, um, yeah. But I've always been like, oh, they're like, oh, stop bragging. Oh, this, I got the scholarship. Oh, stop bragging. And it's like, dang, like I guess I can't tell you nothing. So then it got to the point where I just literally just stopped telling people. So anyhow, who I'm saying that to say this, a lot of people, and I don't think that situation, what I know for the most part, what that situation was, it wasn't about being hateful or anything like that. Well, my uncle, how he grew up was, you do the right thing regardless of who tells you or not. He acts like that with himself, and he is very hard on himself. And I see myself, I do that a lot, and it'll start messing you up. So when you see people who are actually jealous of you, and they tell you, oh, and they say, well, okay, whatever, you'll think like, well, maybe I need to be quiet. I need to not say anything, and uh do it that way. Maybe I shouldn't, maybe I am being braggadocious if I bring up anything about myself. Maybe I should just hear other people. Um, but that was another thing that she brought up in that seminar. She was like, they will not show up for you. I remember that I got a contract with a how the basketball teams, they have their cheerleaders. So this is semi pros. So I go out, I have to do this presentation. It's dealing with girls. I had to do this presentation, and I got this contract where um I ended up sponsoring the women's cheerleading squad, and got a contract as far as them promoting my business as well. So, which means it's longevity in the income, in that flow, because you have that connection. It's going to go after year after year after year. I won't tell you how many years is the contract is for, but that's something that I have that is underneath my belt. And I was so happy. And I'm like, it was a free ticket to go to the game because it's like a whole package or whatever. And you're networking not only with, after I got that contract, it was a whole bunch of open doors that I got from them. And I'm telling her, and she was just like, when the process when it first started, oh, you can do it, you can do it. It's so with you. Then when it actually came, they just stepped back. Oh no, I got something to do. Would tell me that they will be there. Then the day come, they would go and drop off and just not show up, or tell you, oh, they had to, um, they couldn't find anything to wear. That was the main thing. You couldn't find anything where you knew this was happening a whole month. We went shopping. You went shopping with me to look for the outfit that I was gonna wear, and you went and bought outfits, and still, yet and still, it's somebody help it make sense. So um these are some of the tactics that you are going to face with people. you know um what was the other one? The other one was when I when I got another opening, and how you can have a plus one. So I invited, at that time I was dating someone, but if I'm dating someone, I'm not going to invite them into my private sector right off the bat. It's just not going to happen. And especially when it's dealing with the business, because that's your livelihood. Um, so I ended up inviting someone that I thought was my friend. And this whole time, she brought this up. She was like, people will go and dog you. They will act like they're your friend. They will get to a place you help them get to, and they will talk about you to everybody behind your back. And that is literally what happened. That's literally what happened. I took her to a plus one. It was actually a fundraiser, and it was for I don't I want to say it's for the governor, but I don't think it was for the governor. I know the governor was there, but I forgot what it was. But long story short, this person was just like just going off. Came with me, rode with me. I drove, rode with me, and was saying all types of horrible things. And it just so happened, thank God, some people did know my character and was like, that's not me. And not only that, some of them were putting the pieces together, like, didn't you come with her? Like, what? Like, you wouldn't even be here, had, this person, so um yeah, with that, I learned the lesson about hatred then. And even then I was just like, okay, well, maybe she just was angry. Like, why would, but I didn't even put it together. I said I didn't put it together to the point where I disassociated myself. I ended up letting that go on and on for a minute, to the point where it's just like I couldn't tolerate it anymore. Um, what was the The last one that I remember, she was talking about how people are jealous. They will act like they're helping you. They will say they were going to do something, and then turn around at the last minute, tell you no, and do. Um, they will mimic you. They will go and get things addressed just like you. I had one person who will always say, "Oh, I want a dog." I'm telling y'all, this is some real facts. I want a dog, blah blah this, and it'll be perfect for me, blah blah woo 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 woo. Okay, well maybe you should, get one. No, it's gonna be too much hassle. Um, Go and I asked them one time because they used to house well not house it. They used to watch my dog. So I asked them, could they do it? Oh yeah, they can do it. Then when it was time, oh, we can't do that, I'm not gonna be able to do it, and people that I'm with, they can't watch a dog like that. And I'm like, how is that even possible? You've been doing this the whole time. It's gonna mess up my furniture, blah blah this. Next thing you know, within the next month, they got a dog that's a brand new baby that's chewing on everything. You know, didn't apologize, didn't say anything like that. So, um, and tried to do everything that I was doing, everything that they said. Not only that, everything they said that they didn't like I was doing, they were trying to do it themselves. So this is how jealousy works. When you are around people like that, like jealousy is one thing, but then envy, because some of this stuff it turns into envy. When they don't think that they can pinpoint you, and you, you know, um, have overcome the tactics, and you haven't given up on your dreams, because a lot of these people are hurt because they're stuck in their own paradigm, and they haven't taken the time to better themselves, because when you're trying to better yourself, you don't have time to look at other people. So they see you making your dreams become a reality, and because of that, they're going to attack you. So what you need to do is move around. And if you've gotten the opportunity to move around and to get out of that spot, chances are you do not need to go back, no matter what has happened. I don't give a care if they change their mind, because there's some people who really do change their mind. But what I've learned, what I've learned for myself is that once you close the door, you keep that door closed. You keep that door closed and you never open it back again. If that door is keeping you up at night, if that door is bothering your psyche and bothering your health, to the point where it's taking you out, then you need to close that door and to never let it open. And you don't have to broadcast that you close the door. You don't have to broadcast that you close the door. Sometimes that closing that door means deleting people off of social media. That was the greatest gift that I could have ever gotten. During the time when I broke up with some of the people that I thought were my friends at the time, because it gave me and them less access to each other. So I didn't have any time to snoop on them, and they didn't have any time to snoop on me. Um, Hold on. Give me 1 second. All right. Okay. All right. Sorry, you guys. Back. I had to get more lighting because I was just like, what is going on? How is this happening? Why is this happening? All that other good stuff. So yeah. Back to what I was saying. Um, yeah, okay. Yeah, back to what I was saying. Um, I didn't have time to snoop on them, and they didn't have an opportunity to snoop on me. Now, what that did do, it did isolate me a little bit. But when you are wounded spiritually, you do need isolation to go and heal. You need time to heal. It's just like a wound. So you want to get all the bacteria out, anything that could lead to any kind of infection. Just like when you're thinking about a wound, anything that can lead to an infection, you can get, say for instance, you had a cancer, you're going to get that cancer, the cancerous part out, right? And then you're going to get everything around that was surrounding it, because little traces can bring back things again. So what I had to do, and I know that sounds really tough and really hard, but I had to let go of people who were connected to them. Even some of the people that I knew for certain would not have anything to do with um, hurting me in any form or way or fashion. The reason why I did that is because I knew the tactics that this person was capable of. If you know, if somebody is really jealous and they're really trying to get you, they will go through extraneous lengths to break you down. Okay, so if they can't get, one of the things when I blocked this person, one of the things that she did was get somebody that we were close to send me a message on another page, because I had blocked them too. Um, so they would send other messages on another page. Another thing that they would do is try to bring other people into the conflict without, yeah, they will bring other people into the conflict without them even knowing what's going on. So that whole triangle, triangulation will come about. So you're going to see that a lot. Um, what else? Shoot. Uh, what else did they do? They sent other people. They made a fake page about me on Facebook. It was very derogatory too. Um, but a whole bunch of, secrets or things that I shared that happened in my relationships, if with somebody who you know in a long time, they're gonna expose all those. They're not gonna have any quiet moments, anything like that. Just understand, when you're dealing with a toxic person and a person who is really jealous and envious, this is what they're gonna do. They're going to take whatever they can to break you down, to break you down and to make themselves, feel superior. What's up, Lulu? You want to come on? Come on, come on. So, these are some of the things that they're gonna do. And they're gonna do it relentlessly. If they think that they're strong enough, especially if they feel that you're a weak person. A lot of people think that I'm just a weak person because I will let you do whatever you think you need to do. I really would, because I know, I can overcome some things. I know that at the end of the day, I'm still gonna make things happen, and I don't want to offend or hurt anyone, but if that has to go that way, I'm gonna protect, I'll be able to protect myself. But usually I'm not that type of person. I'm usually a person that can find a way to get around it. And that's exactly, what I did was to block the people that were around that could have any connections or who had no knowledge of what was going on, but could eventually be used as as a flying monkey, literally. Um, One of the things that I had to do, I got off of social media for a couple of years. I literally just got back on. I probably, honestly, I want to go back off. But since I won this pageant, I literally am obligated to go until the following year. So I'm probably, after that, I'm going to go back off because, to me, it gives me a lot of peace, unless I see something a little different. But for the most part, I haven't. And yeah. So, but I just wanted to show you guys, like, tell you guys about, jealousy, because if it's not handled properly, it will turn to envy. It will turn into so much envy. Like, when I say envy, it will turn to envy. And when envy comes in, people would do anything. If they think that, especially if they think that you're soaring and their lives is still crumbling, these people be ready to take you out. They'll be ready to fight you. I've had people who, want to just fight me over the simplest of things. when they were supposed to be my friend, but if they see you succeeding, they want to fight you. Um, I've seen people who, tried to attack me um, at my job for promotions and things like that. I've seen uh, um, a lot of things, and this is how some of these people get down. Like you really have to, um, in order to be safe and in order to be okay, you have to. Um, you have to cover yourself. You really do. You really have to cover yourself. Um, Meaning, if you see someone who is like that, slowly disengage from them. It's not healthy to have them around, even to seeing your growth process. I'm thinking about people right now, like because they're gonna either one gonna want to pull you back, they're gonna resent you because you're succeeding and you're doing what you want to do versus them not doing what they want to do, because that's what true success is, finding out what you're called to do and doing it. You don't feel empty inside. Think about people who are really successful and following into what they are um, guided to do. What? What they are guided to do, and you'll see the difference of how they react to situations, because all of this is our own perspective, but you'll see how they react to different perspectives of other people versus if they don't have anything going on with themselves or not being feel like they're being successful themselves. If they don't feel like they're being successful, understand, and they see you doing that, it's gonna ignite something in them. So either they're gonna try to do something that makes them feel better, to get better, or they're gonna resent you. They're gonna resent you for it. So it is best, like I said before, it is best to separate yourself from these people. I was not supposed to talk for 52 minutes, but I did. And hopefully it has helped some people during this process, because it was something that I needed to know. It was something that I needed to learn and to use to grow. And I think I'm understanding that now. So, um, with that being said, I'm going to get off of here. Hopefully, something I said or done will help you on your journey. Please stay tuned. Your journey to Jerusalem.